And welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to discuss class 7 science chapter 1 nutrition in plants. So our very first topic is living and non-living organism. What is living organism? Living organism like human beings, plants and animals need food to survive and exist. Living organisms reproduce, respond to the environment and also adapt. Living organisms respire and excrete as well. What are cells? Cells are tiny units that help make up a living organism. Hence, they are also called building blocks of an organism. A cell is constituted of three major parts. First part is cell membrane. What is cell membrane? A thin outer layer called the cell membrane. Second is nucleus, a spherical structure located at the center of the cell called a nucleus. Third is cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? A jelly-like substance that surrounds a nucleus called the cytoplasm. In plants, there are only 4 parts, and in animals there are 3 parts. First part in a plant are cell wall. Okay. Then the second part is cell membrane. Okay. In animals the cell wall is missing, so it is cell membrane individually. Now let us move to next page. Single and multicellular organisms. Organisms that are made up of just one cell are called single-celled or unicellular organisms. Example, amoeba. Second is organisms with more than one cell in their body are called multicellular organisms. All human beings, plants and animals are multicellular organizations. Then next page. What is nutrition? Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. Nutrition is very important as the nutrients from the food consumed enables living organisms to build their bodies and grow. Nutrition helps to repair damaged parts and organs. Nutrition also provides energy for carrying out various functions. Next, autotrophs and heterotrophs. What are autotrophs? Organisms that make food themselves are called autotrophs. Plants are an example of autotroph as they make their own food using carbon dioxide, water and light. Next is heterotrophs. What are heterotrophs? Organisms that rely on other and usually take in ready-made food made by the autotrophs are called heterotrophs. What are heterotrophs? Animals and human beings are an example of heterotrophs because they depend on plants in many ways for their food. Now next very important process is photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process of synthesis of food by green plants. This process usually takes in the leaves of a plant. The process requires chlorophyll, which is the green colored pigment, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. Next, organelles. What are organelles? Organelles are tiny cellular structures inside a cell and perform specific functions that are important for the cell. Next, they are found in the cytoplasm of a cell. And the example of organelles are chloroplast, is the cell organ that carries out photosynthesis. Now next topic. Next topic is chloroplast. What are chloroplast? The chloroplast is a type of organelle that exists in plant. These organelles contain chlorophyll, the green colored pigment that is responsible for carrying out the process of photosynthesis in plants. Next is process of photosynthesis. In previous we have discussed what is photosynthesis, and in this topic we will discuss process of photosynthesis. The process of photosynthesis takes place in the leaves, the food factory of the plant. Carbon dioxide is taken in through tiny pores on the leaves called stomata. Water and minerals that are required for the process are transported to the leaves from the roots through the stem. Chlorophyll helps the leaves use the energy from the sunlight to prepare food using the carbon dioxide, water and minerals. Last point, oxygen is released as a byproduct of this process. Next, nutrients being replenished in soil. What are nutrients? Yes. Plants absorb minerals, nutrients from the soil in order to make their own food. And for other important process, soils need to be enriched with nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, etc. Only then can we grow plants and keep them healthy. There are 17 most important nutrients for plants. 6 are called macronutrients and rest are called micronutrients. Macronutrients are required in large quantities, while micronutrients are required in very small quantities. Next, other modes of nutrition. First mode is symbiotic relationship. What are symbiotic relationship? Organisms that live together and share their shelter and nutrients are said to be in a symbiotic relationship. Certain fungi live in the roots of tree. The tree provides nutrients to the fungus and in return receives help from it to take up water and nutrients from the soil. The association works well for both the fungi and the tree. Another most common example is of rhizobium bacteria. They reside in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Last, the bacteria provide a plant with nitrogen that they fix, and in turn they get shelter and food from the plant. Now, what is rhizobium bacteria? Yes, rhizobium is a type of bacteria that convert atmospheric nitrogen into a soluble form that can be utilized by plants, which is nitrogen fixation. It is usually resides in the roots of leguminous plants like peas, gram, moong, etc. and is instrumental in providing these plants with a rich source of nitrogen. Now next, what is nitrogen fixation? Nitrogen is an important nutrient required for soil and for plants. However, nitrogen in the atmosphere is not accessible. The process by which nitrogen is converted into a form that can be used by plants and other living organisms is called nitrogen fixation. Next point is parasites. What are parasites? A parasite is a heterotroph that completely depends on other organism for its food. The organisms to which the parasite latches onto is called the host. The host in the process is deprived of all the nutrients for its own growth as they are consumed by the parasite. For example, cascuta is a non-green plant that takes ready-made food from plant on which it is growing. Now next is saprotrophs. Who are saprotrophs? Organisms which rely on dead and decaying matter for their food are called saprotrophs. This mode of nutrition is called saprotrophic nutrition. For example, fungi. Fungi secrete digestive juice on the dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. Then they absorb the nutrients from it. Now, the last, insectivorous plant. Plants that feed on the insects are called insectivorous plants. These plants are green and carry out photosynthesis, but they grow in the nitrogen deficient soil. So in order to get nitrogen, they feed on insect. These insectivorous plants have their parts modified for attracting the catching insect. For example, the pitcher plant and the Venus flytrap. Here, our chapter explanation is complete. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.